Every day, thousands of videos are uploaded and forgotten, but sometimes a channel vanishes, and what's left behind isn't normal. Over the years, strange fragments have surfaced online, pieces of people's lives that feel too real to be fiction and too deliberate to be accidents. Accounts that appear without warning, post something deeply wrong, and then disappear as if they were never there. Tonight we're going to look at what's left behind, the traces, the rumors, the digital ghosts that refuse to stay buried. Smartschoolboy9. The story began on April 15th, 2024, when a Reddit user made a post titled, "Creepy Accounts Pretending to be Kids." They explained that a random Instagram reel had pulled them into a strange and unsettling rabbit hole filled with accounts showing adults dressing up as children, AI-generated images of kids. They asked the subreddit, "Is this an age play thing or something more sinister?" Attached were screenshots of 3 bizarre Instagram pages. The comments immediately exploded. What the actual fuck? Found all of them and blocked them all. I block many accounts on Instagram. Truthsticks11 is seriously creepy to me. I've been trying to find more about them but can hardly find anything. Very weird account to say the least. This single post became the beginning of one of the most disturbing Instagram rabbit holes ever uncovered, and its center was a user known as smartschoolboy9.
So, that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
The first Instagram page, Truthsticks11, appeared to be run by a mother of a 12-year-old boy. The bio read, "Beautiful boy, looked after by me, a degree-educated mother, choosing to stay anonymous. Good, original written work. Advice and compassion." At first glance, nothing seemed unusual. It looked like a wholesome family page. A mother posting photos of her son, someone she clearly adored. The early posts felt affectionate, proud, and completely normal. But with each new upload, something started to feel wrong. The photos become uncanny. Post by post, the images shifted from ordinary snapshots into something far more unsettling. Faces that looked strangely smooth, almost AI-generated. Skin edited into an unnatural powdery white. Bright red lipstick added digitally. Odd proportions and awkward poses. Captions that felt forced or overly formal. Little by little, the account drifted away from looking like a real mother sharing her child's life and closer to something unnatural. And then a new pattern emerged. One that wouldn't make sense for a real 12-year-old boy. The posts started repeatedly featuring school uniforms, overly polished, always pristine, and mini high-heeled boots. The outfits became the focal point. The sun was posed and repurposed like a doll, arranged in the same strange fashion themes over and over again. Eventually, the account spiraled into distorted collages, warped faces, warped dimensions, and those same uniforms and boots showing up in nearly every image. Nothing about the sun looked consistent. Nothing looked natural. The interactions felt staged. The tone felt wrong. The sun didn't seem real, and soon it became impossible to ignore. There was no mother. There was no child. It was a predator controlling the account. The next account in the Reddit post, girl.chloe12, felt eerily familiar the moment anyone opened it. It followed the exact same pattern, claimed to be a 13-year-old girl. Lisa, 13th account monitored by parent. The same school uniform aesthetic. The same fixation on mini high-heeled boots. The same soft, overly curated captions. Even the poses were nearly identical. Stiff, strangely edited, and uncomfortable in a way that didn't feel natural. And as people compared the 2 pages side by side, something else stood out. The accounts interacted constantly. They replied to each other's comments, tagged each other in stories, and acted like 2 kids having everyday conversations online, almost as if they were scripted to bounce off one another. But the more users looked, the worse it got. The photos featured real children, edited, repurposed, and posted under fabricated identities, which raised far darker questions about who was collecting these images and why. At that point, users reached the only explanation that made sense. These accounts weren't siblings. They weren't friends. They weren't run by any parent. They were created by the same person, someone recycling the same fantasies, the same themes, and the same fixation on children in school uniforms and high-heeled boots. The third account was different, and immediately more disturbing. Unlike the first two accounts, which hid behind edited photos and staged personas, this one showed the creator himself, a grown man, openly appearing on camera while pretending to be a schoolboy. His appearance. Every post followed the same pattern. He dressed in a full school uniform, tight gray trousers, heavy white face paint, bright red lipstick, the same high-heeled mini boots seen in the other accounts. The result didn't look like cosplay or satire. It looked like someone trying to imitate a child in a way that felt noticeably off. The videos. He uploaded numerous short clips of himself acting out scenarios from a child's daily life. He filmed himself coming home from school, riding a school bus, unpacking a backpack filled with children's items, speaking in a forced, high-pitched voice, using exaggerated preteen mannerisms. The tone of these videos wasn't playful or comedic. They were unnervingly serious, performed with an intensity that made viewers uncomfortable. Occasionally, his voice slipped. The act dropped for a moment, revealing his natural adult voice before he switched back. Those breaks made the performance feel less like a skit and more like something he couldn't fully control.
Production. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me know if you like school as well.
Eventually, people noticed something that tied everything together. His childlike voice, the one he used throughout the smartschoolboy9 videos, matched the voice from the earliest clips on the first account, truthsticks11. Same tone, same pacing, same background noise. Once people compared them, there was no doubt. The man in the school uniform was also the 12-year-old boy, the mother, and the supposed children from all three accounts. There's clear evidence that he was talking to himself through other accounts, staging full conversations to make the profiles look real. And beyond that, he was interacting with actual minors, people who had no idea the person behind these accounts was an adult. Every thread, every reply, every collaboration pointed back to him. The rabbit hole expands. As more people investigated, they uncovered a web of over a dozen accounts, each with its own persona. Some portrayed him as a 12-year-old girl named Stephanie. Others featured AI-generated kids. Some used images of real children. Many referenced schools and uniforms. All interacted with each other to seem believable. These accounts were active for years, suggesting this wasn't a phase. It was an obsession. Over time, the content grew even more concerning. He began posting photos taken near real schools, videos filmed on public trails where children were present. He uploaded clips where he inserted his own voice over the sound of a school bus to make it seem like he was riding on it.
We're on the double-decker!
It's a monster!
Double-decker! Let's go! Double-decker!
Wait!
Let's go! Look at that! Look at that! Double-decker, the railings
Yes, I
here,
know.
the windows out here. Look at all of this double-decker. Let's go, boy!
And in multiple posts, he walked around in public dressed in his full schoolboy costume, recording himself as if it were normal behavior. One of the most unsettling posts showed a short clip where he chased a boy.
On TikTok.
Whether the footage was staged or not remains unknown. The man behind the accounts. Across his pages, he left dozens of clues, references to specific London neighborhoods, street signs visible in the background, poems mentioning locations, outdoor videos showing identifiable areas. He frequently referred to someone named David. Piece by piece, this revealed the identity of the man behind the accounts. David Alter. 59 years old, London, UK. No confirmed criminal history, no official statements, but his behavior online showed clear patterns of deception, fixation, and predatory intent. Many of his accounts have disappeared. Others have been replicated by impersonators. New screenshots continue surfacing. Authorities are reportedly aware of him, but the truth behind how long he operated, how many accounts he ran, and how many children he contacted is still unknown. What began as a random Instagram reel became one of the most disturbing online discoveries of the year, and the case of smartschoolboy9 is far from over.